Hello everyone, my name is Gleeman. Welcome to my channel, and if you're returning, welcome back. So, this video is going to be a little bit different from my usual fare, and I find that a pleasant surprise because I do love my philosophy. So the last time I did this, it was for Lord Intellectual, and this time I was put on a certain train of thought by AcosmicOtaku's reaction to Prompt the Sky by Keenyverse. Yeah, Keenyverse. At around the 48 to 50 minute mark, Cosmic Otaku pondered why there was the use of Skye with an E as the motif. My immediate thought was the One Skye anthem from Lady Wasabi's Louisverse video. So I wanted to give some thoughts as to that particular concept, but I don't want to go so far as defining the term so early in its development. I simply want to talk about the elements that I've noticed that might contribute, and I figured my fellow intellectuals would get a kick out of this thought experiment as we go. So first of all, I was going to do this off the cuff and just like respond immediately, but as I pondered this for a good hour, I was starting to get deeper and deeper as to the different ways that Skye, the term Skye, can be considered. So I had to write it all down. So some certain definitions that we can go by. There's the literal definition, or the physical sky that we see. It's this vast yet enclosed space of air above us. It is both expansive yet not limitless. The barrier between the atmosphere and space is invisible and permeable, but there is a limit to what we would consider that atmospheric sky. That particular sky also encompasses the entire world, so we are all under that same sky. If we move on to the historical context, we then see that Skye was once called the heavens, which didn't only define what we know as the atmosphere, but it also included space, and it included the moon, the stars, and the sun. It's why we even call them heavenly bodies, because they were objects in the heavens. And that's how we saw them for a long time. So historically speaking, the sky could mean everything that is considered above us in relation to the ground. If we then move on to the philosophical connections, we see that the sky is actually quite hard to quantify. There are no set barriers to it. One doesn't simply enter the sky. If I say, look, there's something in the sky, you're not going to expect me to mean something like right above your head, but it doesn't have to be thousands and thousands of feet in the air either. It's this very soft term. And I guess a good distinction would be anything that is above the treetops, or anything that is above the highest point wherever you're at, considering that in some regions, and including the ocean, we do not have we don't have anything in particular to measure it per se. It's just an ephemeral term of it's up. But some like idioms that we use, such as like the sky's the limit, it incorporates that facet of the ephemeral nature, or the very loose concept of what is above, while also keeping a little bit of a barrier. So when we say the sky's the limit, we are actually considering that there is a limit. It is just so far above us that it might as well be limitless. That there's still more to it, still more to that potential that we see of whatever we're talking about. And I just found that to be a little bit fascinating, especially if you incorporate that more ancient idea of the heavens are the limit. Then it is truly limitless. Because even then we have shoot for the stars and going to the moon, which would be considered in the sky. So those are grand aspirations for us. But then if we shift into technological terms, the sky represents the sharing of information via signals and satellites, and certain energy waves as well. Concepts of the cloud, of Skynet, of Starlink, these are all sky-based information hubs. That last one harkening back to that older term of the heavens, the Starlink. Also, it is it incorporates a somewhat unshackling of information, because it's no longer on the ground, so to speak, but it has been lifted and is now available to everyone in the cloud. So then we also have the spiritual / mythological aspect. The sky, or the heavens, is always the open region above us, as we are drawn down to the earth by gravity. That pull down means that we have to look up to the sky. It holds a characteristic of aspiration, of power, of authority. If we look at the gods, for example, nearly every god, or every king of the gods, including Yahweh himself, the Christian God, is depicted in the heavens or in the sky, both as a physical representation and in that spiritual sense as well. You have Zeus for the Greeks, who was the king of the heavens. He was the king of storms. You have Amun-Ra for the Egyptians, who crossed the sky daily as he drove the sun on its course. You have Odin for the Norse, to a lesser extent. Typically, Norse gods were depicted as more among the people, but his messengers are ravens that inhabit the sky. And then you also have Indra from Hinduism, who is also Lord of the Sky. And so many more examples as well. It is close to universal that to hold the heavens is something that humanity wishes to attain. It is that power, it's that prestige, and we often see in mythology of descending from the clouds as something of a deity, someone of authority comes from the clouds, and then we ascend up to them as we attain power. It seeps into military terms as well. To own the skies above a region means to have power over the land. So there's that aspect as well. Then you have Skyebrows, the community that we are based around. Skye, with an E, is part of the name for the origin for the Skyebrows. The community's founder and the use of his name imparts much of his ideology into that particular name of the Skye with an E. His ideology being that of the freedom to create and express oneself, and optimism in our technological future, and the sharing of knowledge and influence so that everyone can ascend to new heights within their own potential. So, these are just a couple of my thoughts and musings on how we might be using this definition of Skye with an E. That concept of a new romanticism in AI based in this creative frontier that aspires to reach the heavens with optimism and freedom. Anyway, I've linked several creators who might want in on this thought experiment, and if you or someone you know are interested in the subject, then feel free to comment, make a response video, or reach out on the Skyebrows Discord server. I would actually love to have like a dedicated channel to these philosophical topics where thinkers like myself, AcosmicOtaku, and there's some others that I'm thinking of, like Torst Wolf, and I think Nicola might fit in there as well. Oh, and of course Lord Intellectual, if he ever comes back to YouTube. Anyway, sorry, tangent. But yeah, if you like the video, you know what to do. And I shall see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.